Welcome to Biology Crash Course Session 8. In this module, we're going to learn about the digestive glands, namely salivary glands. The process of digestion in human beings is brought about with the help of an alimentary canal and the associated glands. The glands associated with the alimentary canal and those which help in digestion of food materials are called as digestive glands. The main digestive glands are salivary glands, liver, and pancreas. In this module, we're going to learn about salivary glands. The digestive glands that secrete saliva are called as salivary glands. It is located in the oral cavity, that is the buccal cavity. We always feel the saliva which fills up in our oral cavity. And where does the saliva come from? It comes from the salivary glands. In humans, there are three pairs of salivary glands. They are a pair of parotid glands, a pair of sublingual glands, and a pair of submandibulary or submaxillary glands. So these are the names of salivary glands, and there are three pairs of salivary glands in the buccal cavity of humans. Let's see about the location. Parotid glands, they are large and located just below and in front of the ears. It is located below and in front of the ears, on either side of the ears. Sublingual glands, they are found below the tongue or the floor of the mouth. And submandibular glands, or it is called as submaxillary glands, they lie below the angles of the lower jawbone. And the function of all these glands is to secrete saliva, which reaches the oral cavity through the salivary ducts. This picture depicts the location of the salivary glands in the oral cavity. The parotid gland, which is located just below and in front of the ears. The sublingual gland, which is located below the tongue or on the floor of the buccal cavity. And the submandibular gland, it is located below the angle of the lower jawbone. This picture shows only one side of the oral cavity. We know there is a pair of each gland and the pair is present on the other side of the oral cavity. The saliva which reaches the oral cavity through the salivary ducts is a clear watery fluid, and a man secretes about 1.5 liters of saliva per day. It is slightly alkaline in nature. The range of pH of human saliva is 6.2 to 7.6, and 6.7 is the average pH of human saliva. The saliva contains 99.5% of water and 0.5% of residual substances, which includes the digestive enzymes mucin. Mucin provides protective coating around the hard and soft tissues of the buccal cavity. Electrolytes are present in saliva. Electrolytes like sodium, potassium, chloride, calcium, phosphorus are the different electrolytes which is present in the saliva, and its function is that it acts as a buffer to neutralize the acids in the mouth. And in addition to electrolytes, it also contains a large number of inorganic salts. Saliva in man contains starch digesting enzyme, and this enzyme is called as salivary amylase. And it also contains an enzyme called as lysozyme. Lysozyme is an enzyme which destroys the bacteria that enters into our mouth. As we told, it contains the enzyme salivary amylase, and its function is to digest starch and glycogen, and this complex substance is broken down into simple sugars, namely maltose. The salivary amylase is absent in cow, buffalo, goat, tiger, and lion, and many other animals. Saliva contains electrolytes, as we mentioned earlier, sodium, potassium, chloride, bicarbonate. And these electrolytes, it is derived from the blood plasma. What is blood plasma? The fluid part of blood is called as blood plasma. The mucus, which gives a lubrication to the buccal cavity, and serous fluid. Serous fluid are the different types of body fluids which uh, which is just like a serum, which is representing a serum, that is the blood plasma without any clotting factor. And this serum or the serous fluid, it fills inside many body cavities. So these electrolytes are derived from blood plasma, mucus, and serous fluid. The functions of saliva: it prevents the deteriorative process in the oral cavity, that is the destructive processes in the oral cavity is reduced with the help of saliva. It helps in washing away the pathogenic bacteria which spreads diseases. The thiocyanate ions, these thiocyanate ions, it is having the function of antibacterial. It is antibacterial in function, and it also contains proteolytic enzymes, the enzymes which digest proteins. All these thiocyanate and proteolytic enzymes, they digest the bacteria which enters into our oral cavity. The protein antibodies. What are antibodies? These are the first line defense. The antibodies means which acts against the antigens, and those which is present in saliva are capable of destroying the oral bacteria which causes dental caries. So these are the functions of saliva. So dear children, in this module we studied that the first type of digestive gland is the salivary glands, and there are three pairs of salivary glands: parotid, sublingual, and submaxillary. And we learnt about the different locations where it is present. The saliva, it helps in digestion of sugars. It contains enzyme lysozyme. It contains electrolytes, which is acting as a buffer. And it also destroys the bacteria which enters into the mouth with the help of lysozyme, with the help of protein antibodies, thiocyanate, and proteolytic enzymes which is present in saliva. Thank you.